Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Lajita Nariswari Pratomo from High School 9 of Surabaya, and today I stand as the opposition team for the motion this house would give social service and skill training for gambling offenders rather than imprisonment, which means that gambling offenders are not to be put at a building where people are held legally for their crime, but rather they are doing social service at their local community or skill training like leadership training or business training, etc. But before I begin my argument, let's have a look at the current world. Gambling or betting money had existed long before I was even born. Gambling in any form plays into a part of our brain, making a gambler, a person who gamble, addicted to it. In recent years, there's a rising trend in Indonesia where younger generation would gamble online. This is really bad because people can lose their money, their job, and this can lead into depression and even going as far as suicide. That connect to my argument, which is why we must put gambling offender in the prison. First of all, it's clear that gambling offender had broke the law that exists in Indonesia. The law stated that any gambler can get imprisoned or jailed as long as 10 years. So when we are talking about the offender, we are talking about people that have made the conscious decision after knowing the fact of their consequence of their action. Therefore, imprisoning them or imprisoning the gambling offender is just a simple act of obeying the law. The law exists for a reason. It has been made after a careful consideration. If we want to be a country that ensures the safety and the peacefulness of its people, we must obey them. In another word, imprisoning the gambler. Second, the proposition team might argue that doing social service outside the prison might be better for the gambler, but all of that can be done in the prison. Prison can also provide the very same skill training or social service for the prisoner inside. In fact, there has been a lot of life skill training and business training in Indonesian prison. Prison can also guarantee the safetyness and the effectiveness of the program, which leads me into my third and last argument, which is why we put them in jail or prison in the first place. Judges, do you want gambling offenders to be around your kid? No, right? Gambling can spread like wildfire. It spread fast. For example, an employee at a company might ask another employee to gamble with them, and soon enough, the whole company might get addicted to it. And that's why gambling offenders can potentially indoctrinating younger generation. Our future doctor, our future police can be indoctrinated by these gambling offenders. So that's why we lock them up, not only as a punishment, but as a way to make sure that there's no web of gamble in our society. An ideal world is the world where there is a clear consequence for crime, the world where the safety and the well-being of a society is the top priority. It's clear that the benefit of imprisoning gambler outweighs the one that doesn't. And that's why I'm proudly stand as the opposition team today. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.